right, welcome back to the channel. We're back at little Chris's house, working on his 1086. So I guess the plan this weekend is to put a clutch in it.
Clutch, it's getting a new flywheel, IPTO shaft, rear main, and the transmission input seals. So I have all that right over here. As you can see by the frying pan there, this thing leaks a ton of oil out of the rear main, and that's the original reason for splitting this tractor in the first place. It's a 1976 1086, so first year of production. I bought this for $6,000. It ran and drove. The injection pump was all messed up. The guy had it before me, was just using it to do some hay, just some light work with it, nothing crazy. And it had been sitting off in the weeds at another guy's property for years before that. So all I've done to it, new radiator here, changed all the filters. This here is built by Garden State Diesel. It's I'm going to use this tractor for tractor pulling, so they've done some wizard work in there. All new injectors to go with the pump, new turbo. Back here you can see painted up some panels. Yes, the braiding irons are not correct for the year, but you can't not have those because they're pretty cool looking.
Mint.
All I have right now wired in is a key switch, and that was just enough to get it to start to show on video today, but eventually I'm going to have all 6 gauges wired in there. I'm going to figure out how to wire the fuel gauge. And new alternator. Don't look at the exhaust, that was not my job. The previous owner had this because the turbo's different and it slid back. Now none of this lines up. So the steering cylinder and the hand pump are out because those are both leaking bad. You can see all the oil in there from where it was leaking over time. Yeah, so let's fire this thing up.
Mosquito control.
So these here are splitting stands. They're made in Britain. They will take 5,000 pounds per stand, and they come on a rail. So as long as you have a level concrete floor, this makes the job quite a bit easier. I think it's worth the investment if you're planning on splitting more than one tractor. Should probably assemble that out here.
So we need to block this pivot so the front end doesn't tip over.
Wanna have this thing laying on my head? Oh, it's already, it's fine.
Yeah,
yours is really good. Okay, yeah, yours is all the way in too, is sticking up like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Inches on center. Struggling to operate the tape measure. Those are round holes. Perfect. The tractor.
Oh no.
Like just shove that bar.
That's what I was gonna, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alright, what kind of hardware you got there?
A little bit of grade 5, a little bit of grade 8.
That's basically grade 6. Thank you, Tractor Supply, for not having anything we need.
Jeez.
Don't look too close.
Oh.
Nope. Look away. Overpaid and underworked.
What we got on the job here? Little local 69 on the job.
Overqualified and underutilized, that's what it is.
That's right.
Yeah, whatever, it's good enough.
All right, here's the setup for splitting this. We got a piece of square tube across the bottom, these brackets on the side. Quick, just torch the holes, put in the hardware. Really key detail, putting these on the stands here so that this doesn't try and come out on us. Yeah, nothing too special over here. Just don't hit the fitting on that side, and should be ready to go.
Bolt.
So there's 2 bolts in here that you need to pull apart to split this. One of them is not too bad, which is this side. The other one over here is hard to get. What size are those bolts?
13, 16.
13 16 bolts. We just snapped this off here, but we barely even touched it. I don't know what was going on. Maybe someone tried to weld something, not really sure, but got these, got some underneath. Things I disconnected or am in process of. If you have an original one that has wiring still left in it, oil pressure, you'll have headlight wiring up here, your coolant temp sensor, bunch of just wiring stuff basically. In here, this hand pump's missing, but you'll need to take off these 2 feed lines for the cylinder that come out of that. Your fuel inlet, your return line right there, and your throttle cable that comes over here and down into there. And if we encounter anything else, we'll let you know.
This bolt was just loose. The top one is just basically loose. That one that Alex has.
Yeah, it probably is.
Pretty decent machine. That's actually not even bad for that starter. Getting that out.
Here, you got it out.
Yeah. I might just
Just
roll
leave it in there. Just pull that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to catch the. Oh, nobody tightened anything.
Apparently not.
Okay, we're gonna tighten all that before we're gonna get
This,
together.
this is loose too.
Can I buy a giant piece of shit? Yeah.
We should preface this video by saying this is not a how-to video. This is just us doing something. Yeah, this isn't how to do it. This is how we did it.
Yeah.
Or how.
How it probably shouldn't be done, but you can do it.
Yeah.
The shop looks nice, but the people working in it don't know what they're doing.
Nope.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not much is in here. Just that little cover.
Jeez,
Why don't we
got it there. All right, this bolt is broken. We weren't sure. It had to have been previously broken. I don't know if it was over tightened. You can see fresh metal right there. So that's all that was holding on. I barely touched it and it broke. So we weren't sure if all that bolt did was bolt into this plate and not all the way through, but it does go all the way through. We took the one out on the other side. Gonna try and weld a nut to that and see if we can get it out. Breaks off, it breaks off. It should be pretty apparent, yeah. Because I
Two fingers, so when I break it, it's not so bad.
Oh yeah.
Just Just go slow on her. She's coming.
Sometimes it takes a while for the weld to twist.
Oh no, I can see the whole thing moving. All right.
Oh yeah, look at it separating.
Yeah, it's coming.
You can see the housing starting to separate. Look at that gap there.
The weld is like barely holding on over here, but we got her.
Okay.
Yep, push. Something's still holding it. Oh, yeah, we can just do that too. Let me get a bar. Hold on, my bolt's now.
Now it's hitting the bolt, yeah. Okay, ready?
Yep. Pry bars.
Yeah.
It's probably hanging on that shaft that runs through the pumps. Keep going. Good.
Just make it clear across
Keep going all the way.
to the other.
The other.
Go.
No, all the way.
All the way to the end.
Yeah, all fuel.
Look at how worn down those splines are. They're less than half what they should be. And the pilot bearing's shot. The cage is gone on the pilot bearing. You can see how worn the splines are here. I mean, those were about to strip out and be completely gone.
I got it.
There's your clutch disc.
That didn't look too bad. Ooh.
Pressure plate's pretty well worn and cracked. Yeah, those splines are probably less than half of what the original material was. Popped right off, and bearing is already sliding out.
Good thing we got new
Yeah.
ones. No more bearing.
That had to have been spinning in there.
Oh yeah, that rear main is. There's that shaft. Okay. So it's not one.
All right, you do get
Everything.
clutch and pressure plate.
Here's the flywheel. I gotta look back here. Oh, my.
There's the new rear main seal. Rear main installer tool, flywheel, clutch disc, and pressure plate.
Here's your IPTO shaft where the splines are not existent on ours.
So we got to get this taken apart and the rear main seal out of there. All right, we got everything pretty well cleaned up in there. So to get this rear main seal out, what we're gonna do is put self-tapping screws in it and try and pry on those to pull the seal out.
It's moving.
Yeah, it moved a little bit.
Oh, right in the bucket.
My only thing is like that sleeve, I mean, just feeling it, it feels like perfect.
So maybe we shouldn't touch the sleeve then. But then if you don't put the sleeve on, I don't know, take the other sleeve out and let's compare it. And pull it.
Okay, I used a little Scotch-Brite to clean that outer surface. The inner surface, we're not gonna put the new wear sleeve in because this one looks good and you can't feel any imperfection or ridges. So we're worried that trying to remove that old sleeve, we're gonna damage it, yeah, worse than what we already have here. Here's the new seal. You can see it's just the one lip there and this outer lip. All that outer lip does is just keep stuff from going backwards into the engine. Here's the new sleeve that we're not going to use. And they include this plastic piece to install it. Maybe well, I don't want to keep going because it's a good probably 1/4 of an inch further than it was, or 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. So I don't really want to keep going too deep. And I think the inside of the tool got caught on something.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, we got crankshaft cleaned up, new flywheel over here, got this surface cleaned up, and there's timing marks on the flywheel, which we didn't note the orientation of the old flywheel, so all we think is these marks are used to verify the marks on the balancer. You can see in there, so where you reference from for this balancer, there's a pointer in there, so we have the engine at 0 degrees. Shouldn't matter what cylinder it's on. And where you check the timing on the flywheel is this inspection cover. So we want 0 degrees to be pointed at that cover. And it should be obvious whether we get it right. It's not going to be a couple degrees off. It'll be, an 1/8 of a turn off. So we looked at where our 0 degree mark is. We want that one pointed there. So that's going to be the bolt hole that we want on the top.
Down.
So we put a little bit of light oil on the threads and under the washers.
Torque spec is 112 foot-pounds, and we're gonna do it in a sequence of 2, so like 80, 90, and then to 112.
That's bottomed out.
Still some light and I can see.
Yes.
Get fucked. I'm cleaning it with a paper towel. No, yeah.
No.
That's right. Yeah.
Because the other one. Good.
Or then 33 to 37 to get those.
Yeah.
All right. Probably just go back around and.
There you go, half a tractor. Now the hard half.
Now this side. Check out how much. So what we're doing right now is we need to take this clutch shaft that actuates your throwout bearing. So in here, there's these two pinch bolts, and then underneath them, there's gonna be two Woodruff keys.
All right, you're good.
On this side, there's the linkage that goes to your transmission brake. I already got that removed. This casting, there's an E-clip, so pull that clip off.
Over on your other side here, there is just one cotter pin that holds your linkage coming down from the clutch into there. We took the battery boxes out on both sides. A little more room to work. Might be something worth doing.
So now we should be good to...
We got to undo these two bolts, slide it this way, the two keys appear, pull them out, and then you slide it the rest of the way. Another inch or two, we can go more.
There
How
we
about
go.
that? Right there?
Oh yeah. Just gonna have to clean them up and get there.
All right.
So we had to pull the steps off to get that shaft out. But now there's nothing in the way of pulling the input shaft.
You want the
Yeah.
Okay.
There.
Okay. There's that pulled out. Oh, that's not bad. What is going on there?
Look at how that was wearing in. See the wear from that gear?
Ooh.
Huh. That's a snap ring that goes on here.
Okay.
Maybe our prying just
Pop it loose a
snap
little
ring
bit.
off. You can see where the gear's worn. Actually,
Okay.
I think I finished that can.
In the back of it for a reason. Oh, that's the order of this. It's like 98,000. Or one. Yeah.
So
See how this is loose?
I see your splitters are working great.
What's going on?
See how this is loose?
Yeah. How do you fix that? Crank it down.
We need a new snap ring. I already cranked it down once. It's worn out. I think that diameter's worn out.
We've borrowed the camera. Well, Andy's gone.
I don't know how this thing works, so. Chris,
We're gonna adjust the valves here. So we determined it was.
we gotta be top dead center.
Hold on.
One.
Yeah,
I have
can you
pictures.
look?
I have pictures of it.
Oh, you have
We're
pictures.
good.
Okay, we're good. Let me get the feeler gauge.
And we're gonna put a new valve cover gasket on because, well, this is off. It's very easy to just slide it right out the back.
So what we want to do is we gotta get crankshaft until number one piston is at compression. Keep going. Oh, right there. Back a little bit. Right there.
Okay.
Perfect. All right.
Now, starting cylinder one.
So with number one piston at top dead center, we can do 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 10.
Okay.
So we can do 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. 2, 3. And this one.
Okay. Yeah, it's the only one of the ones that are loose, right?
A lot
Yeah.
of them.
DT 415.
So it's DT 414.
Yeah.
So 20 and 25. All right, so maybe a little bit, a touch more if you could.
There.
Beautiful.
Okay. Now we can do this one, right? This one. All right. Tell me when.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All right, a little bit more, right there.
Right there. Okay. Still got it. Good. On to the next.
All right, so now we got to spin it over to cylinder 6, top dead center.
Okay. Well, snap
I
ring's
put-
back on.
I put this upside down because it's bent from this snap ring falling out, this metal plate. You can see how it's bent. I tried to straighten it with the vise. Snap ring was also wore out too, and that was actually just floating around in there. So we heated that and bent it because Tractor Supply here doesn't. But
Nothing.
so now we can put this on. And then that shaft and bearing should be captive in there. All right. Oh, it's good. Oh, just randomly on the shop floor. Perfect.
They are definitely on the ground. Oh yeah, they're there. No, what I have just are
See? Nothing. Nothing. No lunch.
No lunch.
No break.
You know what my favorite part of this is? He's gonna go tell Sarah all this, and then every time Sarah sees him go, she'll be like, you know, you ever go there and buy lunch or something stupid?
Are you asking about diesel trucks? No, no diesel.
Wrong parts. No parts.
torque right there.
Busted, back on there. Won't leave me alone because I don't have a parts washer. It's okay, we got the parts washer right here.
There's a little notch in the throwout bearing. Line that up with where the grease fitting is. Should be ready to install. Parts washing.
That's all in your bell housing.
Got that ready to go. We got new Woodruff keys, so we don't have to worry about any burrs. So this stuff should be ready to install.
Whoa. All right.
Easy turbo.
Whoa. Are we along?
You want something to put?
Mercy.
I got it.
You want something to put in between the input shaft and that fork, so you can hit from the outside.
Probably, yeah.
That one's
How do we know when to stop?
Well, we should be able to see. No, you can't see wear marks on here. I guess you could actually.
Okay, everything is installed here. Everything is installed here. I guess just double check. We torqued the flywheel bolts, torqued the pressure plate bolts, tightened those, tightened all those. That should be it.
Okay, you're close. Alright, hold on there. Now we gotta move a couple things around.
Jesus Christ.
We need to do something about this throttle cable. You know, if you cut all the wires off, I probably won't get a new one.
So now begins the debacle of getting the two halves back together. Obviously we have the splitting stands to do this. They help out a lot. They're not necessary though, and you can see in this video that they didn't really get us that far ahead. You still have to get the two halves lined up. When you take it apart, it still kind of shifts to the side. Even with the splitting stands, you're never going to get it perfectly forwards and backwards. So it probably wouldn't have even been that much more difficult to do this with a jack and jack stands. Anyway, when you're doing this, you just got to go slow. You can't force it together. Just plan on it taking some time. You might have to roll it back out and try again, roll it back in. That's just the way it goes with this. You want to try and line up the splines since you have the live PTO and hydraulics, that second outer shaft. So you're going to need to get those lined up as close as you can. And then just make sure the two halves are parallel to each other so that the input shaft goes into the pilot bearing correctly. Just get a running, go to the end of the track and get a running.
Oh. It's got to come way towards Andy.
Way to this side, yeah.
Back?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so that's probably what we need. Should we realign the shafts and try this?
I don't know.
Whoa! There we go.
This dowel pin's in.
Is how far are you on your side from being in all the way? I'm about a half. You're about the same as mine. All right.
Yeah. I'm just thinking just get them started and then try and get it the rest of the way together by hand.
You want me to keep that? Oh, yeah.
Like they're both started, both these bolts are started, so it's not gonna. See how much tighter the gap is at the top.
Yours is walking right in.
This is walking in too.
Okay.
Well, the two halves are back together.
Oh no, this one drops right in.
Need to get all the bolts in now.
Yeah. Make sure you didn't like punch a hole in the oil can.
Ready?
Yeah.
I think I just blocked the entire thing, but it's it. Put the top in first.
Last piece going back on the charge pipe. Got steps back on, battery boxes, battery cables, fuel line, tachometer cable, throttle cable. He's gonna tear your boot.
Oh, I'm watching.
So we'll get that tightened down. Guess we didn't film putting a bunch of this back together, but it's just the opposite of taking it apart.
If you want to learn how to put it back together, just put the video in reverse.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, what do you think, fella?
I don't know if I should think.
He doesn't know whether he's up or down.
We should probably open the door.
It should be good to just cruise through here.
I mean, worst case, you just can't put it in gear.
It's out of gear, correct?
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
He might be sure.
Clutch feels fucking hard.
Try it again. Yeah, it stops and goes. The steering cylinder and the steering valve are out of it. Oh, buddy. That's coming from up there.
Oh, it could be hydraulics.
Hold on. It's coming. Cam gear. Gotta split it again. What do you think, fella?
I think it's coming back apart again, so this is what it is. Got one of them, missed the other one.
We determined it's leaking from the cam gear, oil galley plug, whatever it is.
Now that's the hard one too, because you got to jack the motor up somehow in there and support it, and then get that back together, and then get the frame rails together. So,
Well, we did it once, so it'll be easier the second time.
oh boy. Will it though?
All right, it's the next day here. We've had time to gather our thoughts and figure out what the tractor still needs. Needs split again, so
Unfortunately, that looks like it's gonna be my job. So, right in here, there's a seal on the back of the camshaft that has a little square O-ring in it, and that is what's leaking. And there's also a gasket between the engine block and the plate. Now this bolt here, which is originally a 12-point bolt, we found was broken when we took it apart. If this bolt breaks and that plate starts to separate itself out a little bit, it'll have an oil leak from in there. So my plan is, since it's only a few things to disconnect and the splitting rails and all already out, I am going to split the tractor again, do the plate gasket, the O-ring in there. I will check out the oil galley plugs. If they don't look like they're leaking, I'm not gonna touch them, but you can just get those at Napa. I might have Andy leave the part numbers for that in the description if you need those parts as well, because I had to have someone help me find those.
at least maybe you got some information out of this video. If you have one of these tractors and you're trying to split it, it's really not that much more work once it's already split to get that engine plate off. But thanks everyone for watching. Got more videos coming down the pipeline here, so hopefully you
If you come to New Jersey and you see this on the pulling track, there it is. I made it, and it doesn't leak oil anymore.
yeah, maybe a little bit of a disaster, but we're getting it figured out.
All right, it's about 2 weeks later, and I've gotten this thing split back down in half again. Just didn't have time to work on it. So the next piece of the repair involves taking this plate off here and sealing everything behind it. So where we left off in the last bit would be an oil leak coming from in here, which I will show you what that's from. So, got my parts in, and these parts are a little hard to find compared to the other ones. Some of these you have to get from Navistar. So this one and this one I got from Navistar because they're both engine parts. So ordering through them is gonna be your best bet. This one you can get just through your case dealer, Allstate Ag Parts. It's just a traditional case part. This is really what we're after when we're in there. That's the sealing ring for the camshaft. And it goes, there's a little like metal plate, this goes inside it, and then this is your pan gasket that goes around all that. So all this is leaking. Some things to note in this repair: if this is too long down the end and it's gonna hit your oil pan gasket, you cut these ends off and then it should fit and seal correctly. You can take the oil pan off or not. You only need to undo these bolts on the end here, which are right on the back there, that hold the plate on. So I would recommend just doing the oil pan gasket while you're in there. It just makes sense. And another question is, how do you support this motor and get this plate off? Because this plate is held on through these bolts here, and when you remove these bolts to get the plate off, then the motor just falls down. So what I'm gonna do, this is just a bolt here I just put in. It's just 1/2-inch thread. I'm gonna take a steel plate, I'm gonna come out and up and put a hook for a chain in it, and we're just gonna lift the motor that way. I was also gonna put one on this head bolt here doing the same thing. This hole they give you, I guess it's a lifting eyelet from the factory, not really sure what the deal with that is. And the head bolt, you just pull out and use that. But that will then support your motor, but you still have to support the frame. So did the same thing as last time. Just put this stand on and you should be good. And to get back in here, you remove the pressure plate, your flywheel, and your clutch from in there. And then in here, there's a couple bolts, and those just pop out, and this whole assembly should just come right off the back of the motor. Make sure everything is super clean in there, and then you're ready to reassemble and slide the tractor back together. So hopefully you learned something here. This is definitely the harder part of that repair, just considering these parts are hard to source and you have to support the motor instead of just supporting the whole thing on the frame. So hopefully this will go well.